I love my people. I love my people, the Nicantlaca, the indigenous people of this continent, the full blood and the mixed blood, all of them. From the north to the south, from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. I love who we are as civilizations and cultures, a people of genius, passion, creativity. I love all of who we are, who we were, the whole of our past, where we were once a people of original civilizations going back to 3700 BC. Our civilizations are older than the civilization of Egypt, older than anything in Europe. We were the first people who approached our Creator in a scientific way, a way that was all about loving our Creator through science and logic, understanding and enlightenments, and not of fearing our Creator through superstition and delusion, ignorance and fantasy, pretense and hypocrisy. We were a people devoted to our Creator in a scientific and logical way. We were also a people who invented original approaches to astronomy, mathematics, writing, calendar making, engineering, architecture, art, education, medicine, agriculture, literature, government, and so much more. All of these great accomplishments are unknown to our people in any real way. We don't care about these accomplishments even when we learn about them because of the damage that has been done to us by 500 years of colonialism and genocide. So we need to learn a new way to learn without Europeans telling us what is important, telling us what is in our interests. So we need to learn a new way to learn. What should really matter today is the beauty of our past, the reality of our past, not the white supremacist lies that defame us and insult us. We should know of the past science and genius of our people and the future potential of our people. All of this knowledge of accomplishments and genius should be a great motivator for our people. But it's not. It's not there. But if we studied our heritage, if we were guided in our studies with pride and honor, if it was popular to embrace our heritage of great accomplishments, then we would once again live in pride as a free people. All of this would make us the pride of the world if we were conscious of the facts of the great accomplishments of our people, the great potential of our people. All of this knowledge and pride would wake the warrior and intellectual in our people, would wake the honor in our people, would wake the courage and discipline of a great people, of us. But all of this would require us to be educated in our heritage and to be brave in confronting the fact that we are being robbed every day of the wealth of our continent, robbed by the Europeans to enrich the European colonial settlers on our continent. They grow rich from the minerals, forests, farmland, and other wealth of our continent, while we are forced to live in poverty, slavery, ignorance, and disgrace. The white supremacists claim that we did not own our land, that we did nothing with our land, and that they made a better use of it, that only white people could have achieved what they achieved from the resources of our lands. That is the talk of thieves. Those are the lies of thieves. Where in Europe could they get free land? Where in Europe could they get free silver and gold? Where in Europe could they get free slaves? Where in Europe could they get any of that? There's a lot of crimes that even white supremacists are ashamed to talk about. They know the evil that they did, but they want to profit from that evil anyway. We are not dead as a people. We are alive. We have been taught to believe that Columbus was all about exploration and not about getting free land, free gold, free slaves, and killing our people with smallpox to get it all for free. That is what land of the free is all about. That is what land of the free is all about. Free land for white people, free stolen land. We have been taught to believe the pilgrims were here for freedom. But the truth is, they were here for free land, free gold, and free silver, and killing our people with smallpox to get it all. Spaniards or English, they came to our lands as criminals, as thieves, murderers, rapists, grave robbers, users of smallpox to kill our people as if we were wolves or bears or other nuisances on the land. The inconvenience of our ownership of our land stood in the way of the land of the free, stood in the way of thieves. They came only as thieves and pirates, murderers and rapists, slavers and deceitful people, immoral people and ethical people, only as white supremacists, thinking that they owned the world, thinking that the world belonged to them. And yes, not all whites were white supremacists. Some were appalled at the evil deeds of their fellow Europeans, but these moral, ethical, decent Europeans were too few. White supremacy won the day, stole all the lands, killed 95% of our people. Only with those criminal minds could they have achieved what they achieved. The theft of a whole continent and the Holocaust killing of 95% of our population, a genocide of smallpox that killed 70 to 100 million of our people. That's quite an accomplishment. We are only the 5% that survived of what our population was in the 16th century. We control 0% of our continent, 0% of our wealth. We are 100% slaves of the white race. We are slaves without chains on our wrists or feet, but with much stronger chains. The chains that are on our minds and in our hearts hold us to the white race. 500 years of evil, 500 years of genocide. This cannot be undone. But there are things that can be brought to truth and justice, but we actually need to do something and not just wait for the white man to give us truth or justice. This has to be truth and justice that our people can bring and that all good people can bring, including good white people. We need to take back our heritage and we need to take back the warrior courage of our ancestors, but in a way that is intelligent and that will bring the actions that will educate and liberate our people. We don't need drugs or materialism. We don't need capitalism or communism. We don't need rituals and ceremonies or music and dancing or hip hop or danza. We need education for total liberation. We need actions, not words, not the bullshit of New Age or the nonsense of Eastern religions or the slavery, cowardice, fantasies, hypocrisy, and lies of 500 years of Christianity. Our actions should be for educating our people in our interests as a Nicantlaka people, a united Nicantlaka people. Our actions should be honorable and liberating, non-racist, and an inspiration for all of the non-white nations of this earth. We should not behave as the Europeans have behaved in the last 500 years with dishonor, lies, and violence. We need to embrace our heritage as it would have progressed in the last 500 years and not stuck in 1491 without progress, as the cowards of our people want us to think. We would have made great progress in the last 500 years as we had in 8,000 years of developing agriculture and civilizations. We should become a renewed creative force in the world. We should be scientists, the innovators, the sparks of genius, leading all of humanity to a better world, as we once did with our ancestors. So much beauty and genius is ours to take pride in, but it is in a dim light, in darkness. It is in slavery and poverty. It is in ignorance of the beauty and genius of our people. We are in ignorance of the accomplishments of our ancestors, but we should be beaming with pride every day. We should love each other for being part of so much genius and beauty. But that is not the way it is at all. We just see each other as gangsters, losers, drug addicts, potential prison inmates, and potential victims of each other. That is not the truth. Our people have a potential future of accomplishments and greatness that we cannot see. But we have to bring light to our people. We have to show them the way with knowledge. We at the Mexcia Movement will continue to beat the drum of knowledge through the internet, at protests, with lectures, pickets, boycotts, and continuous education for the liberation of our people. We are teaching Nicanflaca knowledge, enabling courage and vision for our people to learn more. We will continue to be warriors defending our people against the white supremacy of the Anglos and the white supremacy of the Miami Cubans and the white supremacy of the Spaniards who control Mexico and the rest of the Spanish-speaking areas of our continent. We will continue to work to open the eyes of our people, the eyes of good, decent white people, the eyes of all of humanity, to point out all of the ongoing evils being done to our people by the white supremacists like Lou Dobbs, Mel Gibson, or the Cubans of Miami, or the white supremacists of Mexico City. We need to be honest about all of this. We need to do something about this, not just read and talk. We can be reading and talking about this for the next 500 years and nothing will change unless we take actions. Actions like the work that we are doing with the Mexcia Movement. Let's start a tradition of liberation through Nicanflaca education, through the work of the Mexcia Movement. Let's start by learning to honestly love our people so that we can all say honestly and proudly, I love my people, the Nicanflaca, the indigenous people of this continent, the full blood and the mixed blood, all of them, from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. I love who we are as civilizations and cultures, a people of genius, passion, creativity. I love all of who we are, who we were, the whole of our past, where we were a people of civilizations going back to 3700 BC, civilizations older than Egypt. We were a people who approached our Creator in scientific ways that were all about loving our Creator and not of fearing our Creator. We were also a people who invented original approaches to astronomy, mathematics, writing, calendar making, engineering, architecture, art, education, medicine, agriculture, literature, government, and so much more. I love my people, past, present, and future. And I will live every day to educate and liberate myself so that I can continue to educate and liberate my people.